Hi guys, Mr. Jimmy D here, bringing you another episode of Britain's Farm Toys, here on Purbeck 22, and we're just making our way to the second field that we've got to harvest. We've only got two this year to harvest, so we're just going to go off and do this other one. It's not very big, and this lane is very bumpy. Second problem, are we going to fit all the way down here? This is not good. I'm starting to wish that Britain's had made it so that we could take the header off. But no such luxuries, I'm afraid, in 1985. So, this is a long and winding road, I think the song goes. But yeah, so we're going to, in this episode, get field number 2 harvested, which is oats, I believe. And then we are... I bumped into it, but no one saw, right? Which are oats, so we get those harvested, we'll get the straw done. And then the rest of the episode we will do some straw baling, and then we will also hopefully do some grass cutting as well if there's time, but this field won't take us 2 minutes. Go now, yep. Should be able to get all the way round without needing to unload. Famous last words, of course, but that's my prediction. Although, beginning maybe to regret that prediction. That's quite a long way around there for a small tank. You'll see what happens. So, bit of a disaster today. My Cytec side panel has decided to stop working. So we're sort of having to go back to fully everything on the keyboard rather than just the steering. My pedals and steering wheel, a little update on them. They are deciding which games they work for and which games they don't. I've got a couple of racing games and they're working absolutely fine on that, but as soon as Farming Sim or Euro Truck goes on, then no can do, I'm afraid. They're currently on strike from those two games, but as I say, my two racing games, they work fine on. So that actually does bring me into a question that I wanted to ask. Would you guys be interested in seeing some Euro Truck videos, or like we could do a start from scratch and we do sort of one trip per episode, if you like, or you know, is it something that you wouldn't be so interested in? If there are any other simulator games that you think might be good, please let me know. I'm not saying that I'll play every one that gets suggested, but I'm saying that I will certainly go and check them out and see whether it's feasible to do a series on them or not. As I said in the in my About channel page, I am predominantly going to be Farming Simulator. I mean, that is the game that I love and play for, I don't know, 12 to maybe 15, 16 hours a day. So it will be predominantly Farming Sim, but I'm always open to suggestions, and I'm always open to new ideas. And if I haven't, I don't really look at computer games, if I'm honest. As I say, I've got farming, and that's sort of kind of what I do, whether it be 19 perhaps I feel like one day, or 22, and then coming up with this series. It's all I do, really, and but I don't want it to limit me or define me in any way. If there's something out there worth having a look at, then let's have a look at it. You know, Lawnmower Simulator being another thing that springs immediately to mind. Again, not tried it. As I say, I don't tend to look for new computer games. Got my farming game, got Euro Truck. Don't play Euro Truck all that often, if I'm honest. Just again because I don't know. I just don't have the same passion for lorries as I have for farming sim. But yeah, so just as I say, in the comments, just drop me a message, and if it's possible, if it's feasible, and I think it'll make a good series, then I'll certainly look at it. And if it's Euro Truck that you want, let me know, and I'll start to try and do some episodes of Euro Truck. It's a game that I do enjoy. Like I say, I just don't play all that often. But yeah, so anyway, back to today's video. Oh, and one more piece of admin that we've got to do. I said on the first video that I was hoping that by the time the second episode come out, I would have my new microphone. That's not the case. However, unfortunately, the microphone has arrived, but it's got to go back. It's not the one that I ordered, so that may be another day or two before that gets in use. So hopefully the mic that I'm using at the moment isn't going to be too bad and not too echoey, and we've only got really another episode. We've only probably got, I think, this episode to go with the old mic, and then we should have the new mic. This is going to be pretty close, but I think I'm on the way back. So I was right, we did get round, only just. So yeah, slowly but surely I'm getting used to editing and different things like that. I hope as well on the first episode that you like the new channel intro and outro. As I've said, you know, complete novice when it comes to PCs and computers and things like that. So you have to sort of bear with me, but I am slowly getting there. Together we're slowly growing the channel. I think I am going to unload here because I'm not overly sure about making it around a second time. I don't really want to push my luck. So we'll unload, but we will turn that off though because that's some diesel saving. We sold the rape from the first episode, so we went along and we sold that rape direct to the sell point. Got a little bit of cash for it. We didn't get much. I mean, memory serves, it was about 12,000 we got for it, which is not a lot, but when you start the game with £0, you know, we've now got 12,000. That will keep us in business for, you know, another few days. We'll have obviously the money for the oats as well, because obviously we don't have pigs, so we don't need the oats for food. The silo is not really an option. As I say, we need the money, you know. We desperately need to bring new toys onto the farm, and one toy that we're saving up for is the Little Britain's JCB that I've managed to find. So, you know, we need that because we obviously want to get straight on with extending the farm and doing the, if you like, DIY jobs. I want quite quickly, if I can, to get onto the extension of the farm, which will take place in the winter because it will be basically a winter job, and levelling that little track out will probably now be a winter job as well, which is absolutely fine and okay because we'll obviously get soil and stone and stuff from levelling the yard and extending it. So what we will do with that stone and the muck and everything that we get, we will tip it along the path that we've just come down, and then we will either level it with the forklift, or if I can find something of that era that Britain's released that I might be able to use, because I think it was I can't remember if it was 1985 or 1986 when their Autoway series came out, and some of the farm toys crossed over to Autoway, but vice versa, some of the toys that came out for the Autoway series crossed over into Farming Sim, the little dumper being one of them, which at the moment I've still not been able to find. But so if any of you guys know of the little dumper that Britain's made in 1985, of where I could get a mod of something very similar to that, then again please let me know in the comments, as I would like to get that, because again it will just add a little bit of authenticity to the series. But yeah, so anyway, that's probably enough jabbering for now from me, and next time you join me I will hopefully, well, not hopefully, I will have this field just about combined, and then we can get on with something else, because the one thing I'm sure you guys don't want to do is to sit through another episode of me combining even a field. We'd like to do some other jobs, right? So I will see you in a moment. Hi guys, I'm back again. Combining finished. Oats sold. And now we're out in the hayfield, cutting a little bit of grass. I've had to go around a second time treading the crop down, because the first cut wasn't actually wide enough for me to get my tractor in next to the hedge and the gate, so I've had to do a second breed around into the unmown grass, which is not ideal, but there we go, it is what it is. It's not going too bad. This old mower had something very similar to this in my Britain's collection, in my Britain's Christmas gifts that year. The hay pack, it had a hay bob in it. It also had a Fortin 7000, was it, or 5000? It might have been a 5000 actually, I can't remember now, with the dodgy blue cab. And it also had, as I say, this mower, the hay bob, some bales, and I can't remember if the New Holland baler was in the pack, or if I'd been, or if that had been bought separately. I can't remember whether it was in there or not, but yeah, it's certainly starting to evoke some really fond memories from that Christmas day of farming all over the house. 5 years of age, and no, 4 years of age, sorry, and combining in the kitchen while Mum and Dad are trying to prepare Christmas dinner. It's lovely memories. It really is, and this is what this series is all about, really, for not only myself but for all of you guys out there as well. It's a chance for you to share your childhood memories with your tractors and your carpet farming and models that you used to collect. You know, maybe it wasn't tractors for you, maybe it was lorries or aeroplanes, you know, whatever it was. It's going to be fascinating to hear, and to actually sharing those wonderful memories I think the Ford this time should fit the gap between the hedge and the gates. Yeah, it will do. So in the pilot episode, I actually told you that the local farm where eventually I worked, but my mum worked on there, my granddad and my nan worked on there, my uncle, my two uncles worked on there. On that farm they had this tractor bought brand new, and I actually went and spoke to them about the series and about a few the stories and facts regarding this tractor. And I said that the very first job that it had done was P-vining with my nan driving the tractor and trailer, and I'm since told that actually the very first job that was ever done was that same day, but it was mucking out the cows. Apparently they had a muck fork on the back, and my nan would reverse into the muck, get it on the forks, and then take it to where they stored it in the middle of a field. And to this day they still store their cow muck in the same field. So that was her first job, and then after she'd done that job in the morning, after my granddad had got the P-viner sorted and ready, then she took the muck fork off, put on the trailer, and then they went pea harvesting. So that was probably, I'm guessing, around sort of late June, early July, maybe mid-June maybe. So yeah, I've actually asked them if I can have the cine film of the tractor in operation, with my nan driving the trailer and my granddad driving the P-viner. It was apparently it wasn't the farm's P-viner, it was hired in. They apparently had, I think, 2 fields of peas each year, and the viner was able to do both fields in usually a day to a day and a half, provided all went well, which I'm assuming it always did, but you never can tell. So yeah, that was the first job. But as I say, all those years later, in 2007 when I started there, and then we restored it in the winter time, and then from the following spring onwards it became my sort of farm vehicle. My nan at that point was still alive, and one of the first places that I actually took that tractor was to my nan's, because the way it works, if you think of one road that's about 3.5 miles long, my parents' house was at one end of the road, and then as you travel in the middle you had my nan's house, and then if you like on the end of that road you had the farm where I worked. So for me to take the tractor from the farm back to my nan's, show my nan, and then take it on to show my dad, and then back to the farm, that first day was quite something. And the farm manager, who was the son of the farm owner, was also at my nan's that day to kind of see her reaction, because apparently she'd been asking not much before that about the Dexter, as we refer to it as, and the track marshal, which my granddad used to drive with the plough. He used to have a 6 for a Dad-well reversible plough on the back of it, an offset one. And yeah, he used to plough with that tractor, and he used to have a David Brown 996 with, I think it was a homemade trailer. They used to put the crawler on front ways, so that the 3-point linkage was sort of hanging over the back, and then they were able to pull the plough on the back of the crawler while the crawler was still on the trailer, with the David Brown, and then he would drop that off and then go back to either the field that he was just in or the yard or wherever it was, drop the trailer off, pick up the diesel tanker and then, or the diesel Bowser, and then drive that all the way back to the field, and then he'd have the day ploughing or whatever, and then at night time he would get on the David Brown 996 and then go back to the farm. Once he got to the farm, get out of the tractor, onto his bike, and then pedal home for his tea. So sort of, you know, she'd been asking about these machines that her and my granddad used to drive, and they never said to her that they were restoring the Dexter. And as I say, that day I rocked up on it, and she was absolutely over the moon. And for a 70, I can't remember how, 76 I think she was, something like that, about 76, 77, somewhere around there. Her first question to the farm manager was, "Can I have a go?" And it was one of the surrealist, nicest things ever, seeing my nan jump onto the Dexter and just taking it for a little drive down the road. Just down the road from where my nan worked, the farm had a second farm. It was basically 2 grain stores and a junk area, really, an area where we just dumped stuff on a concrete pad, and she took it down there and turned it round and brought it back. But yeah, as I say, lovely thoughts and memories from that time, both before the period where we restored it, and then when we did restore it. And as I say, my nan drove it once again. It was lovely. Yeah, it really was nice. As I say, good days. But for the here and now and on this farm, we get this grass cut. I'm not decided whether this half's going to be hay or whether it's going to be silage, but we will missed a bit. We will get it cut, and then we'll get both bits cut. We have got more grass as well, the other side of the road opposite, and then the same side as this field, but a lot further down, back where we were taking the combine at the beginning of the episode. There's I think it's 2 grass fields there. So yeah, we'll take it there when we need some more. Although, having said that, this will probably have grown by then. So, but yeah, we'll get the cow feed done. As I say, next episode we'll get the straw baled and collected. So that'll be a job for the JCB forklift. I think I may have said it once or twice now, but it's such a shame that I couldn't find a Sanderson forklift to come on the farm and sort of be the farm forklift, if you like, because as I say, originally it was the forklift that I had, but I've gone for a forklift that Britain's did later make, and I did later have on my toy farm, so it's in keeping as such, if you see what I mean, because as I say, it was a model that I did have, and not only was it a model that I did have, but Britain's made it, and so it kind of on that basis got onto the farm, Alright, that's that bit done. Just switch the mower off here, because I don't want to cut that corner out. Mainly because it'll be really hard to get any bits of kit and machinery in there. Honestly, the turning circle on this tractor is horrendous. The good thing about this mod as well is that the Dexter, after we restored it, and my nan, although she's no longer with us, but at the time told me that it was the case when it originally came onto the farm as well, was you press the accelerator and really not much happens for a few seconds, and then it just suddenly goes. And it's nice to see that this mod has that, whether deliberate or not I don't know, but the mod has that same sort of functionality, if you like. But yeah, so just cut across here, it just helps to straighten it out a little bit. Just don't really want to keep going around bends. Eventually when we get into the meat of the field, I don't want to be going and doing it wonky. I want to try and keep it as straight as I can. No GPS on these tractors, unfortunately, so it does mean that we have to try and do it as straight as we can. I just wonder if that's wide enough on the headlands. I mean, the tractor doesn't have... Actually, that's not going to work. That's not going to work because I'll actually be treading down the grass for the next row, so we may have to just keep going round and round here. Cut the inside of the tree. I will go back and get that bit of grass, but as I say, we'll just cut the inside of the tree. Because we don't really, I have cut round the tree to sort of stop me from attempting to go too close to it, because you know, so I don't want to hit the tree, mainly because this mower doesn't believe in health and safety, and the blades are open and spinning. So back in the day, safety was not I was going to say it was not a priority. I think it was, but it wasn't the priority that at the level that it is today, where you know you'd need 16 guards on that and 5 of you to operate it. That's kind of sort of how modern day farming sort of feels when you're out trying to get on with jobs. I've left this bit deliberately because my plan is that although the alterations are going to come from here, obviously we've got this bit here as well, which I don't quite know why this has happened, but obviously it has happened. But it doesn't matter too much because the tree's going to stay. If we have to, we can get rid of this bit here and make it flat all the way around the back of the shed, or we can fill this in with the earth that we get from doing that bit. But from the pilot episode, you can remember, if you remember, from this tree all the way down here, which sprint to the corner of this bit here, so to keep it sort of straight, is going to be, this side is all going to be removed back to the hedge, so that we have a nice flat bottom, a nice flat bottom. It would be nice, I guess, but a nice flat level concrete pad that we can continue to build on and extend out, so that we can further improve the farm wondering, this sort of wide enough. My worry is when I get there. Oh well. He who dares, Rodney. He who dares. That's what I say. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the episode so far. And at the time of recording this, episode 1 has just gone live. So it'd be interesting to see how that has done. And for those of you that did watch it, and if you have liked and commented on the video, that's fantastic. And also as well, you know, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, it really helps me, and it means that you know, these videos will keep coming. You know, like I say, the turning circle on this Dexter is not great. Because again, well actually that's my own fault because I've turned the wrong way. That was me. Oh dear. That's I think that's called not concentrating. I can't believe I did that a second time. Never mind. When we do get the field baled, we're gonna have to find somewhere to put the hay bales. I've got to be honest, I'm not too sure where that's going to be at the moment. We don't really want to be leaving them outside. It might be that I use the silage pit as a bit of a bale store. It might be. The combine has gone in the shed on the silo side of the farm. For those of you that know Purbeck, that's gone that side. It's gone underneath that open shed. The Volvo and the trailer's going to live there, but the Volvo isn't, but is there at the moment, is in the shed, in the first shed opposite side of the road. So I'll put that in there, just to say the trailer's going to live there, but the tractor can go there for now, just so that it's sort of not in the way, and we're able to carry on with our work. It's sort of the one thing that I'm sort of quite conscious of in this series is that I don't want the Volvo in the beginning, while that's sort of kind of our main tractor, doing all of the work. It's nice to be able to give these, you know, give this Fortum Major a run out here, and the other Ford that we've got, give that a run out as well, maybe doing some, I don't know, some rowing or hay bobbing, or you know, something along those lines. I think actually that little white Ford that we've got that goes, sort of matches this in a way, I think that's actually capable of pulling the baler. I don't think I would pull the baler with it, but I think if necessity came along that we had to, I think we could do. So it's a possibility, but like I say, it's more than likely going to operate the windrower or the hay bob. And then we need to bring the forklift and the flatbed bale trailer. The bale trailer is not quite the same as the Britain's one. It is slightly different, but again, it's as close as I could get to that particular trailer that Britain's did back in the day. But yeah, so anyway, I'm probably going to crack on with this, and when I see you in the next episode, we will more than likely be out with the Volvo, and we will be baling the 2 straw fields. I'll probably do one off camera and then I'll do one on camera, just so that you get to sort of see a part of every job that we do, and try and keep everyone as involved as I can. But for now, I will thank you once again very much for watching and the support on the first video too. Please remember, if you like the video, to like and subscribe, it really does help, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much. Bye.